Hello everyone, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about how to install Windows Server and how to install Windows client operating systems. And we'll create in a local user account and we'll try to log into the new user account, which we are going to create an account after installation. So we'll test the user and also we'll install operating system, server operating system and client operating system. Okay, so it is a practical session. It's more of a practical session. No, there is no theory in it. So before I'm going to install Windows, please mute yourself, guys. Before we are going to installation Windows Server, I would like to tell you that there is a virtualization VMware workstation. This is a VMware workstation. So you need to install this VMware workstation into your laptops or desktops. So during the installation, you need to stop the internet. I will provide the software, this VMware workstation software I will provide. I will share to Ram sir and Srikant. So they will share you this VMware workstation software. So it's a just simple setup file. No need to uh, no need to worry. It is just a simple installation. Um, 1 second. So this is a VMware Workstation Pro 16. So you just extract this and go to setup and run it. But when you run this setup file, you should stop your internet in your laptops or desktops. Okay. So after completion of installation, you need to activate the key. So this is the key. Copy the key, and after installation, after installation completion, you need to open. You will get the icon like this, VMware Workstation. Open this and go to help and give the license key. Enter license key. You just copy this license key into this. Okay. Click OK. Okay. Click yes. So after completion of this VMware Workstation installation and activation, you need to create a virtual machine. Okay. Go to File, go to New Virtual Machine, New Virtual Machine, click Next, and select Microsoft Windows and scroll down the version and click Windows Server 2012. And I will provide you the Windows Server 2022, but you practice on 2022. Uh, I will show you the practical on Windows Server 2012 because still the organizations are using 2012. So hence I'm uh, will show the practical on 2012, but you practice in 2022 operating system. Okay, and I will provide the operating system 2022 and 2012 as well. Okay, so select 2012, click next, and give win server. I'm just giving win server. Virtual name you have to give win server. Okay, but where you want to save the virtual machine into your laptop, so you need to select the location. Before selecting the location, make sure you check how much data, how much disk space you have. So I have a lot of disk space in F drive, so I'm choosing F drive. In F drive, there is a folder called VM. I created VM folder. So you create VM folder. So copy this path and give here, so that this win server VM will store in this location. Because this location in F drive have lot of free space. So that is the reason I'm giving F drive location. So F drive VM. Okay, click next. So here you need to select maximum disk space. So I'm let it 60 GB, or if you want to decrease, you can decrease or increase. So I'm giving 50 GB. You can give it 50 GB if you want. This is disk, hard disk. Click next. Finish. So the virtual machine will create. See, Win server. This is a virtual machine. So after creating the virtual machine, you have to go to edit virtual machine settings. Click. Here you need to change the configuration. So the memory is 2 GB. So I want to increase to 4 GB. 4 GB. And here default process 1 processors. So I'm changing the processor to a hard disk. If you still want to decrease, increase hard disk, you can do it. Select it and expand. And you can give 60 GB. So at the time of creation, uh, you may be sometimes you might give less or more. So here also you can change the disk space. Either you can decrease or increase. So I'm just increase 10 more GB. Click and coming to CD DVD. So here you need to select ISO image file. So I'm selecting, click browse. So where I have image files, ISO image files means operating system files. F drive, WinOS. I have a WinOS folder. In WinOS folder, I have Windows Server 2012 image, ISO image. So I need to select this. Okay. So go to F drive, Windows OS, select 2012 image. Okay, select it. Now click OK. So all set, you need to power on the virtual machine. You need to power on virtual machine. So now the installation has begun. So the OS files are loading here. So once OS files are loading, we'll continue to install Windows Server. So now Windows Server is loading. But please stop the internet while installing VMware Workstation. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, so after installation and activation, then only you need to turn on the internet in your laptop or desktops. Okay, so this is the screen we got. Time and currency format, you need to select India, English India. There is English India is there. Let me scroll. Yeah, English India. You need to select English India because time and currency in our format. The language to install English United States, fine. But time and currency should be in our format. Keyboard. Click next. Install. It's a simple installation. So setup is starting. Installation has started. So here you need to observe carefully. There are Windows Server Standard Edition and Data Center Edition. You may, so as I said yesterday, we have Standard Edition, Data Center Edition, Enterprise Edition, but there is no Enterprise Edition here. So Microsoft usually put 2 editions in one image files or sometimes 3 editions in one image file. So this is the image file having only 2 editions. Sometimes some image files having 3 editions. So based on the how the Microsoft giving images. So here standard and data center edition. Sometimes you may get 3 editions also. So how they're making build the image based on their wish, the Microsoft wish. So see here core and GUI. What is server core installation? What is server with GUI? GUI means graphical user interface. Server core means it is a complete command line like Linux. So, but in the market, very less people who can work on core uh, editions, I mean core installation. So still the market is using server with GUI, graphical user interface. No one using core installation. I mean very less, very less. Okay, so maybe the core is came for to give the competition to Linux. So, but we are installing server with GUI, graphical user interface. So to teach core also, there is no um, uh, faculty in the market. So server core is completely command line, CLI, command line interface. But the Windows Server with GUI we are installing. So Windows Server R2 standard edition geographical user interface. Click next. I accept. This is the license agreement. So we need to accept the license agreement what the Microsoft is written. So I'm accepting the license terms and conditions. Click next. Here, this is upgradation and custom. We are not upgrading the operating system. So upgradation means already this system having some operating system like previous version Windows Server 2008. When you upgrade, you need to select this. So I'm not upgrading. I'm just installing freshly. I'm installing freshly. So select custom. So when you select custom, you will see the disk space, 60 GB disk space. See, this is the unallocated space, 60 GB. Now, this disk space doesn't have any file system. And this disk doesn't have partitions. So we need to create partitions. After creating partition, we need to format the partitions. So first, let me create a partition. This is 60 GB unallocated space. Let me create new. So I'm creating 40 GB, like in MBs, 40,000. Let's. So 40,000. Let's create a 40,000. 40. Okay. Apply. Okay. See, approximate 28.7 GB. If you give more, it will see the partition one was partition 2 was created. So this is reserved partition. This partition 2 was created. And still we have 20 GB unallocated space. Click new and apply. The rest of partition will be in rest of space will be one partition. See, partition 2 and partition 1. See, now they are partitions. Partition 1, partition 2, and partition 3. Now I'm going to install the operating system in partition 2. So for that, you need to format the partition. Format. Click OK. Formatted. And format this also. So when I'm formatting this space, that means allocating file system. Allocating file system and cleaning the disk space. Okay. Now we need to install the operating system, whichever in which drive you want to install. So I want to install in partition 2. Click next. So now the installation, now the operating system files have started copying into partition. So once copied, then the installation will start. So any questions so far? You can ask me now. If you have any questions, you can ask me now, because it may take 10 to 15 minutes to complete the installation. So let's utilize this time. If you have any questions, I will happy to answer. Any questions related this setup so far? Did you understand the setup?
No,
I will,
sir.
sorry, please unmute and talk. Maybe you're in mute. I didn't get you. Can someone trying to ask questions or?
No questions.
Okay. So far you understood this setup, right? I will provide this VMware software, and also this ISO files, image files. This image files I will provide. Don't worry. So you download uh, into your laptops and install the VMware workstation. First, unplug the internet. Okay. Install this VMware workstation and uh, activate the license key. Okay. Then create a virtual machine. The way I'm creating a virtual machine, you have to create like that and start the installation. If you have any doubts, you can refer this video once again and try. If you stuck anywhere, you just go through this video again and install it. So please try to install uh, say install today itself, because tomorrow onwards the lab most 10 minutes will be theory, and remaining 50 minutes will be practical. I mean, so I will show you how to install, configure different services, and how they are going to use for our day-to-day activities. So make sure you finish the setup today itself. So getting files ready for installation. So don't disturb. You just be patient uh, until the installation done. Okay. And also I will show you how to install client operating system. This is server operating system, Windows Server 2012. Okay. Earlier, it may take 45 minutes. I'm talking about Windows Server 2000, NT 2003. So at the time, it takes 45 minutes to complete the OS installation. And there are many steps involved to install the operating system, but it is quite easy and very less steps to install operating system nowadays. See, now it is booting. So installation has been completed. Now it is booting. So we'll try to log into mission now. So how to log into the system? We have a default username called administrator. That is, we have already discussed that it is in demo class. It is a super user. Administrator is a super user. It was created by default. Okay. Along with the operating system, the administrator user will be created. So we need to log into the administrator account. And before loading this, it will ask us to set up a password for administrator account. So we need to assign some password to the administrator account, so that we will log in with the username and password, with administrator and password. See, it is asking password for the administrator. So I'm giving some password. Okay. So this is the administrator password. We need to set the password for administrator account. Finish, click finish. Okay. So first time you need to log in. See, Control Alt to Del to sign in. See, if you go to VM, send Control Alt to Del. Click. You will get like this. You will get login prompt. Now you have to give the password which you given before, which you set for the administrator. See, this is the Windows Server 2012 server. So to make it bigger screen, go to virtual machine settings and here display stretch mode, keep free stretch. Apply. Now this one. And one more thing, you need to install VM tools. Right click on the virtual machine and go to VM tools. Because the VM tools is a compatibility, hardware compatibility. And further, see, these are most of the drivers. This is kind of drivers. So install VMware. Just wait, you will get a prompt. See, it is mounting. After mounting, you will get an installation prompt. If you don't get installation prompt, go to My Computer and see here, double click on it. So you need to install the VM tools after OS installation. Make sure you need to install this VM tools. Okay, otherwise network drivers and other drivers will not work. Other hardware will not work. Click next. Install. And graphic drivers, many drivers, many hardware parts work without will not work without these drivers. Okay, so make sure you install. Yes, it is asking to reboot. Yes, reboot it after installation. Okay, now go to VM, send Control Alt to Del, password. Okay, and after that, if you want to change the computer name, how we are going to change the computer name? Let's see. So now it is server manager is loading. Okay, go to local server. If you go to local server, so what is the computer name? Something it's something different. So I want to change. Click on it. Change computer name. I want to change WinAD Active Directory. So I'm going to install Active Directory in upcoming classes. So I made this computer like WinAD. Okay, WinAD. Let's give WinAD. Okay, click OK. Okay, see WinAD. So you must restart your computer to apply these changes. Yes, restart now. Let's restart. So this is how we need to install Windows Server operating system into virtual machines. So uh, why I'm installing Windows Server operating system in virtual machines? Because we need to create many servers, many clients. So using Windows virtual machines, we can create many virtual machines in it. So that is the reason I'm using virtualization, VMware Workstation. So go to VM, So now good. We have successfully installed Windows Server operating system without any issue. Now let's create a Windows client machine. Okay, Windows client machine. So go to file and create new virtual machine. Create new virtual machine. Click next. Click next. Select Windows 7. These are all templates Windows 7. Okay, Windows 7 x64. Click next. Win 7. I'm just giving name Win 7. Okay. So where you want to store this virtual machine? So similarly, go to browse, F drive. Anyway, we have a VM folder. VM. Okay. One second. Just go F drive, VM. Okay. So you just create VMs. You create a folder like install folder Win 7. Win 7. Okay. So you give this location. Give this location. Give this location so that our Windows 7 machine will store in this folder. Click next and give 40 GB. That's it. Click next. Finish. And for your information, make sure your laptop or desktop should have at least 8 GB RAM and uh, at least 500 GB hard disk. Select the Windows 7. Click Edit Virtual Settings, Virtual Machine Settings, and increase the RAM to 4 GB and give 2 processors. That's fine. And you need to select ISO image file. So click, this is operating system. Where the operating system? Windows 7. Windows OS. In Windows OS, I have a Windows 7 Ultimate, this one. So fine. Select this, open. So Windows 7 Ultimate DVD ISO file. This is the operating system file. Click OK. That's it. Click power on virtual machine. Now the the Windows 7 will start install. So Windows files loading. So far, any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me now. So this is a client installation. So I think most of you guys much aware of this installation, Windows 7 installation, because you might install Windows 7, XP, 10, 11, many different types of types of versions in your laptop and desktops. So similar steps. This is not different. So steps will be same, but this operating system is client. That's it. Most of the steps are common. So it's loading. Okay, you need to select time and currency. Should be India, your English India, English India. Okay, language to install English. This is English India. Okay, that's fine. US keyboard or input method. Click next. Install now. Any questions? Yeah. So we need to accept the license agreement. Click next and click custom. We are not upgrading. So upgrading means if the system having XP and you are upgrading Windows 7, so you need to select window upgrade. So this virtual machine doesn't have any operating system before. So I'm installing freshly I'm installing the operating system. So we need to select custom. So after selecting custom, see this is 40 GB unallocated space. You need to click drive options. So select and click new. Create a partitions. So I'm just giving 30 apply. So I'm creating one partition with 30 GB, see, and remaining 9.8 GB, making one more partition. So created two partitions. So let me format these partitions, means assigning file system. Without the file system, OS will not install. Keep that in mind. So formatted both partitions, selected partition 2 and click next. So the OS will install in partition 2. So installation started. Yeah. So it takes 5 to 10 minutes to complete this installation. Okay. So please be patient and watch this and don't disturb the system during the installation. Any questions, guys? Hope you're gone through all the previous classes. Those are all theory classes, but they are foundation classes. Make sure you go through it and grab the basic knowledge from the videos. So in the entry perspective, that videos will help a lot. So please go through the videos. And if you feel bored, you put 2x speed, because in 2x also my videos will be, I think, better. You can easily understand. Don't feel its speed. Even in 2x also, the videos will be good. So make sure, please go through the videos. And just I would like to know, are you guys are clear about the concepts which I discussed so far? Any questions from the on any concept? And did you understand the concepts? Or please just, I would like to know the feedback about the concepts. Are you able to understand my concepts? I mean, which we discussed the concepts.
Sir, understand.
Okay, good, good, good. So please just let us know if you feel if I'm speaking speed, or if I'm going very speed in the classes. Just let me know so that I will slow down and speak slowly. Sometimes I feel I speak speed. So And this is, you have to finish this setup today itself. Otherwise, the coming classes you cannot practice if you don't finish the setup today. If you have any questions, you can ask Ram sir and Srikanth. So they will help you. And else, if you any questions, I will let you know in the next class. Keep it down, write down your questions, or if you stuck anywhere, screen share with me tomorrow in tomorrow class. I will help you out if you stuck anywhere in the setup. Okay, expanding Windows files. And if you don't use any missions, let's shut down the missions so that you feel little. If you keep the missions on and you're working on any other missions, you may feel bit slow. So if you don't use any virtual machines, immediately shut down the virtual machines so that you can feel little speed. Okay. So installation is almost done. Yeah, restarting. So let the system restart. Don't restart. Don't click restart now, because if you give a time to system, so that system will uh, properly restart. Sometimes usually people will restart it. They cannot wait 7 seconds also. But in coming to Windows, so nowhere will write this all the maintenance, because based on my experience, yeah, I'm telling all this. So Windows is a graphical user interface, not like a command line, not like Linux. So it takes a lot of time to process, load, and install and configure. So please be patient while working on Windows. And and if you are going to work on Windows, I mean, yes, you're all going to work on Windows. So please be patient while working on Windows, because if you're continuously giving instructions, the Windows may not respond after some time. So just you give some time, because Windows having a lot of graphics, so it uses hardware resources a lot. So make sure you just go slow, then only the Windows will respond. So based on your configuration, see, everywhere the Windows will not slow based on the configuration. Coming to practice, I'm telling about. So coming to practice, you have to be patient, because in the uh, real time servers having a lot of uh, high configuration servers will be there. So you no need to feel Windows is slow. I mean, you don't feel Windows is slow. It's completing installation. Why it is little slow than Windows Server 2012? Because see, both machines are running and both machines resources. See, RAM, hard disk, processor, everything is taking from my physical machine. See, virtual machine is nothing but taking the hardware configuration from my physical machine and they are running. So now three missions. One is my physical mission and these two are virtual missions. So these three missions running on my physical hardware like RAM, processor, hard disk. So that is the reason it is bit slow than before, because now we are three missions are running. Here two and my mission, and this is my mission. This is also running on the same hardware. On the same hardware, 3 machines are running. So that is the reason this Windows 7 is little slow, we feel, right? Yes. So you need to give the PC name here, computer name. So, sorry. This is a username. Type username. Yeah. So I'm giving username Anand. Okay. Sorry. Type username Anand. Okay. And yeah, here the computer name. So you can give Anand, not Anand PC, client. I'm just giving client. Okay. Click next. Username and computer name. Click next. And you need to assign the password to Anand user. So I'm assigning password. And type hints. Some hints, password hints. What are the password you are giving? So if you forgot, so uh, if you give hint here, you may get remembered when you forgot the password. So you need to give some 4 or 5 letters. I mean 3 or 4 letters uh, to remember your password. So I'm just giving. Click next. Then one more letter. Okay. And product key. You just skip this. Just skip this and uncheck this. We don't have any production uh, license keys. Skip and use recommended settings. Okay, click use recommended settings. So the time 5:30 Kolkata Indian Standard Time Zone. You need to select the time zone. The time zone will automatically shows the correct one 5:30, or else you need to change the time zone. Okay, this is our time zone. IST. Click next. Now Windows is finalizing the settings. Preparing your desktop. Now, so you need to change the screen size. You need to increase the screen size. So go to Win7 settings and display stretch mode, free stretch. Select free stretch. Okay. Now free stretch. After that, you need to install VM tools. Select it. If it yeah, it is prompting now. See, run setup. Yes. If it won't prompt, then you have to go to my computer and run from CD DVD drive. Installing. Okay, click next, install. That's it. So we have successfully installed VMware Workstation. In VMware Workstation, we created virtual machines, 2 virtual machines. In one virtual machines, I've installed Windows Server operating system, and in another virtual machine, I've installed Windows 7 operating system. So now how to create a user account in the Windows Server operating system and a client operating system here also. Windows 7 also. Still it is installing. Okay, so let's create a user account. Why we need a user account? To log into the mission. See, the user account which we created is administrator, that is default user account. So if you create another user account, for example, in our home, okay, we have like brothers and sisters. So each one you can create a user account so that each information, each user information will be stored in a different profile. Okay. Now let me, yeah. Now I'm logging into the account. Let unmute. Okay. Now, so go to tools, computer management. Click computer management. I will show you how to create a user account in the server operating system. Okay. Later, I will show you in the client operating system. So go to local users and groups, users, right click on it, click new user. Here you can create J, username J, create some username. I'm just giving randomly. And here you need to give password. Okay. Change the user. User must change the password next login. Not required. Create. See, user is created. So let me log into this system with J user. Okay. I'm just going to sign out this administrator account and I will log in with J username, J create. Okay. See here. See, now I'm able to log in. Check. See, and administrator and jkrith, both users are logged into this mission, but both users profile will be different. For example, see, now I created here, hello J. Okay. In this folder, just I created a file. Just I'm randomly giving some data. That's it. Okay. So this is the data which will show only in the J user only. Other users cannot see this data because J data will be stored in a jkrith profile. See, go to C users here, J administrator, J and administrator. So let me log into the administrator, whether we can see this data or not. Let's see. Just sign out. Go to VM, Control Alt to Del, J administrator and password. See, the data is not showing of jkrith because that whatever the data I'm creating in a J account, the data will be in a J profile, J user profile. Whatever I'm creating in a administrator account, hello admin. So I can see in this profile. So you cannot see other users data in your session. If you create on desktop, like documents, if you create desktop documents, okay, downloads and so, but the both users, any users are commonly see the data in drives. For example, if I see here, hello, if I create a folder hello in the D drive, and every user can see this data because the data in the drives. So whatever the data in drives, other users can also see. Let me log into J account. Go to D drive. See, I'm able to see. So whatever you're creating data in a drives, those data will be visible to all users whoever log into this system. Okay. So, but make sure whatever the data you are creating on desktops, like one second, users, admin, JC, other users cannot. Whatever you're creating data in contacts, desktop, documents, favorites, links, music, pictures, in these folders, whatever the data you are creating, this data will not be visible to any other user. The data you're creating in this folders will not shown to anyone, only visible to you only. But if you create in C drive or D drive, the data will be visible to any user who are logged into this user. Okay. So coming to Windows 7, same window applicable to the same here also, but I'll show you how to create a user account here. See here, go to control panel, go to control panel, click small, not this one, computer management. Where is the computer management? One moment. One second. Let me type here. Yeah. Personalize your computer. One moment. Computer management. Computer. Yeah, computer management. Click computer management. So open the computer management, and even you can see the in control panel also. It's okay, or else you can just type computer management. That's it. Okay. See, this is a computer management. Here you can create a user account. So let me right click on it. User ROM. No, like Divya. That's it. Whatever, just you can give ROM. ROM and give the password. Password. User must change the password at next login. Uncheck this. So this option is when you log into the system, you need to change the password. Okay. So user must change the password next login. One second. So I'll show you how this option will work. So and check this box and give the password. Click create. RAM user has created. Now close it and log in with RAM. Log off. So I'm logging off this user. Log off. Now click RAM and give password. The user password must be changed before logging onto the first time. Click. So you need to give the new password. When you join in a company, they will give username and password, but you need to change your password because the administrator know your password, because initially administrator create a user account. When you join a company, the user system administrator, Windows administrator, create a user account for the new joinees and passwords. So you're logging into with username and password which given by administrator, but you need to change the password at your first login. Okay, click. See, this is the password which gave by administrator. So this is my password. So the password should not disclose to anyone, even administrator also. So I changed my password. Click next. Click here. Changing the password. Your password has been changed. Now log. Now RAM user log into the system now. See, RAM. Okay. And here, this whatever the information I'm creating here, that information will not shown to any user. This is the privacy. Okay. What are the information I shown you, right? See, go to users, RAM. So whatever the information you are creating in these folders will not visible to any users. Okay. Only RAM can see this. And if you try to open the other users profiles, see, you cannot see other users profile, because in this profile having a Anand's data. So Ram cannot see this data and Anand cannot see Ram's data, but both are can see the data where the data in drives. Okay. So let me log in, log off. Anand. Now I'm login with Anand account. See, now I'm able to see this data, but I cannot see the Ram's data. So that's all for today, guys. Any questions? Okay. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a great day. See you tomorrow.